Good.
As promised, Coffee with Humans is a lot like Sunday brunch, where people just gather around a table to have a chat. My new friends here, Cole and Cody, welcome to Coffee with Humans.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Honestly.
So we were talking before the broadcast, and for all of our viewers and listeners, the folks who've heard this before understand that I don't meet my guests until about 8 minutes before we go live, and I asked Cole, why did you click the button to have coffee with me? And what was your answer?
Not meeting people is pretty dangerous because you can get crazy people like us, I think. I met you because you posted something on Reddit, and I replied to you one night months ago, and I had no offense, I had completely forgotten about it until I got an email this morning about it. So we're here, but I did look up a lot of your stuff at the time, and I thought this was really cool, and I was amazed that it actually took like 6-7 weeks before I could even book a spot with you. And so I'd booked the spot back then and kind of just forgot about it. But it's a pleasure to be here because I did appreciate and respect a lot of the stuff you did that I'd seen when you had posted that. So I thought it was a really cool idea. So
it does take guts to have coffee with anybody live on the internet, doesn't it?
It does. And also Cody's kind of a bonus. So I had signed up for this, and again, I'd forgot about this, and then Cody was at my house and I convinced him to join. He was asleep on the couch about 20 minutes ago, and I convinced him to wake up to join me.
About like 30 minutes ago, he was like,
hey, he's on.
I'm gonna do this thing. Like, you should do it with me. I was like, okay, whatever.
Am I gonna regret posting something on Reddit?
Well, that was a month and a half ago. So if you had already posted it in that time, you probably are going to regret it eventually. But
okay.
I don't know how else. No offense, but like, how else do you get? I don't know what else you do to get viewers. So I mean, where else do you get them besides the front page of the internet?
Well, that's a great question. I don't think I was ever on Reddit prior to. That was the first time I ever actually posted anything about Coffee with Humans on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, totally.
So you were already famous before you knew me.
In my own right, but I wouldn't call it famous.
Okay. Well, to me,
humble
to me, no offense, you're still just the guy that posted on Reddit. So
totally. Absolutely. I'm a total stranger, which is why I prepped you. I gave you one little guess there and said, "Hey, why'd you click that button, click the button to have coffee with me?" And you were very honest. You said, "Can I be honest?" And I was like, "What? Why are we splitting hairs on what it means to be honest?" And you're like, "I don't remember." And I was like, "That's fair."
Well,
it's so getting on Reddit is kind of a crapshoot sometimes, especially on, I think, because you had posted on one of the like need a friend or R4R or one of the like find a friend Reddits, and those are always a very tricky thing to navigate because they can be wonderful. I've met some great people off that, but then I've also met some very strange people, and so you seemed like a not very strange person, and
thank you.
I liked what you had done. So
my plan is working perfectly.
Yes, the pinnacle of compliment.
You hide it well.
Yeah, everybody has a little ounce of crazy in them. However, the pool does not go as deep as some. So the Reddit, you seem to talk about Reddit being the front page of the internet, and I know a handful of people who are on Reddit. But there's a whole population of people who have no idea what Reddit is. So give me your viewpoint of what Reddit is.
It used to. Okay, I will say it used to be the front page of the internet. It was. it used to be a very open forum for people to talk about whatever they wanted. It was very, very open. It allowed people to create subreddits, which are basically communities and separate forums. And so it was a collection of forums,
which are just like
and-
chat rooms for our
right,
viewers.
right. So yeah, you want to, if you want to go back, it's kind of like an old school. Oh, what are those? What are those? You know what I'm talking about, the old
Chat room. Like
okay,
AIM?
not chat rooms, but there was before that there was the chat rooms, before the chat rooms.
BBSs,
So,
like that's way back.
Similar, yeah, I'm talking like 80s. I'm talking very, very old school.
Yeah.
But the thing was that it mimicked those types of things from the 80s for a long time, and I don't want to necessarily endorse it anymore because it's kind of become what I think is it's become very politicized, which I think almost any website nowadays is. But it used to be very open and anybody could post wherever they wanted, and it was just the things were about what they were about. So if you were on a subreddit, if you're on a subreddit about, I don't know, what's a good catculations.
Okay.
Is one. And it's basically, it's meant to be like videos and pictures of cats calculating things. So it's like, a cat that sits there and they're like trying to determine whether they can jump up to a ledge.
Okay.
That's calculations. And so that was what it was. And that's all it ever was. And it was just people that would post pictures of exactly that or videos of exactly that. I'm not saying that one got overtaken, but I think a lot of the other ones that were meant for something got taken over by people that wanted to push an agenda. And I think it started about 4 or 5 years ago. So I would say if you do join Reddit and you want to get into Reddit, find the subreddits that you like and only go to those ones. Don't bother with the ones that get pushed on you, or don't bother with the ones that are the kind of the mainstream ones. Just go for it. And the thing is, there's subreddits for everything. If you like a certain TV show, there's probably a subreddit for that. Go find that one and you can go talk to people about that show.
Subreddits are basically, so to encapsulate this, subreddit is basically a breakout room around a specific topic where people gather and just chat about it. And there are certain rules, there are moderated rules of what you can and can't say and how to treat people with respect.
Right. And then it's pretty much down to each subreddit, has their own set of rules.
Yeah, but I think the problem is that a lot of the big one, because there used to be things called the default subs, which were the ones that anybody who signed up to Reddit got automatically subscribed to this group of subs.
Okay.
And those ones kind of got taken over by a select group of people. And so they would see any post on those subreddits on their feed, no matter what. So it got very, I'd say, iffy on the stuff that was getting shown to everybody. So again, I would say if you want to join it, or if you don't know much about it, go and find the specific niche things that you like and just join those.
And it seems like it, as in anything, you get out of it what you put into it, and you can use it for wasting time. You could use it for growing relationships or growing businesses, because there's a lot of information and there are hundreds of millions of users on it worldwide.
Absolutely.
I've had a few friends that I don't necessarily know what the subreddit was that they had done this on, but they participated in like essentially nationwide Secret Santa. It is what you make of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there are people like that, but at the same time, as with anything, there are dark sides. You can probably get into some scary stuff and some scary people if you just kind of browse.
Find the right ones for you. Is what I would say.
Well, that's probably true. That's probably where we found where we found each other, and it wasn't, I think, because you said, how do people get onto this Coffee with Humans thing? I started on LinkedIn
Mm.
almost a year ago, about April of last year, and just put a message out there. If anybody wants to have coffee with me, I'll have coffee with you. The only rule is no sales calls. And people just started signing up. Recently, I was doing 5 of them a week, and now I'm down. I then was losing my mind a little bit on that, and it was, too great of a pace. But I wanted to allow this opportunity, this time to connect with folks. Really anybody who wants to connect. And now I think my schedule is 3 a week, and I'm booked out until the middle of March. And every day, another person signs up, and now we're streaming to. Today we're streaming to Twitch, who some people don't know what Twitch is. Facebook, Periscope, which is Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Daily Motion, and then it'll get ripped off. The audio will get ripped and head to Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and a number of other places. So all of that is possible because I'm a techie and understand sales, marketing, and that type of stuff. But Reddit is an interesting place because it underscores the reason why Coffee with Humans exists, which is people want to have connection to discuss things that are important to them.
Yeah.
It used to be, and this was kind of the tagline, it was the bastion of free speech. Was kind of the idea behind it. And you can find interviews with the founders like Alexei. It's a very Russian last name, but Alexei Zarakova or something like that. I don't remember the name, but it was meant to be a place for people to just discuss what they wanted, obviously to a degree. But the idea was that you put this upvote and downvote system in. And so if somebody says something and it's, if they say something either illegal or bad or just rude or whatever, like it would get downvoted. And that was the concept of it. And so the idea was, well, we're not going to moderate it at all. We're going to let the people vote. And so that was the idea behind the upvote downvote system, because at that time no one else had that. Facebook didn't have an upvote downvote system. YouTube didn't have an upvote downvote system. Instagram, Twitter, none of it had any of that. And so Reddit was kind of the first one where they said, okay, well, we will let people determine the content that shows up. And so the things that got voted highly were the ones that showed up. And so it was kind of self-moderated to a point.
Right. They refer to that as karma, correct?
That is, yeah. Well, as a user, if you got upvotes for, things you posted, that becomes, each user has its own karma. That would basically, is based on what you had posted. If you posted a lot of good content, then you would get a lot of upvotes and you would get a lot of karma. Karma didn't really mean anything. It was kind of a meaningless stat, but at the same time, it kind of meant like, hey, like this person has contributed to the community.
And there are thresholds in place in many subreddits where you cannot freely post, for instance, unless you've commented on other people's posts first and have gained karma, basically gained respect of the community to be able to have a voice.
Correct. Right.
What do you think of that concept?
That's kind of new. That actually used to not be the case. I think it's a good idea, except there are subreddits where it's basically just like free karma for you, and you can just go post whatever you want, and it's just a whole bunch of bots that go and upvote you no matter what you post. So it kind of gets, it kind of defeats the purpose when you have things like that where they just allow a new account could go post, a picture of their cat and then get, first of all, a picture of a cat should probably be getting a lot of upvotes anyway.
You're really into this whole pictures of cats thing.
Right. Well, there are a lot of really good cat subreddits, like Catculations.
I bought a domain a long time ago called catspiano.com, and I thought it would be a great place to have only videos or pictures of cats playing pianos.
That would be a good one. There is one
I'm
with
playing the song in my mind right now.
There is a cats and plants one where it's just pictures of just straight cats and plants together. So there's a lot of cat subreddits as well, but
it's the subreddits never make it to a person's resume. That's kind of the unspoken thing about you stays on Reddit. You know, the fact that you just like cats and plants.
Reddit is a very non-traditional social media because you don't post as yourself. You usually and the norm is you would have multiple accounts on Reddit and you would use them for different things. I personally have 20, 30, 40 accounts that I use for different various things. And
I just would like to interject really quickly.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm
using it wrong.
No. You're fine. I have the interesting experience of I don't really use any social media. I don't like recently I have been like delving into TikTok a little bit, but that's pretty much it. Like I don't have a Facebook, I don't have a Twitter, I don't have Snapchat, I don't have an account on Reddit, but that doesn't mean I still can't browse it, be the lurker, if you will. That's all I want to say. Sorry.
Yeah, so people vary in this whole idea of social media and how and building community. It's either you always have to be yourself, and that applies some level of responsibility to that individual. That I have to uphold my name or something like that. Right. And then there's Reddit where you just name yourself whatever the hell you want, and then you could do whatever you want. Like you talked about, you could have multiple personalities basically on Reddit doing multiple things. And then there are folks who say, screw it all, I'm not going to do any of this.
So I don't think it's necessarily that you want to have multiple personalities or anything, but you may not want one thing you posted on one account to be tied to you on another account, because Reddit is a very anonymous platform. It's not like Twitter or Facebook or anything where it's tied to you directly. Reddit is a very anonymous and a platform, because the idea is you're not getting voted based on who you are, you're getting voted based on your content. And I think that's kind of one of the big issues I have with Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any of these other platforms, is because a lot of people just get, they get votes or likes or whatever they use based on who you are, not necessarily the content. On Reddit,
isn't that though, if you apply to an individual, holistic individual who has different interests and different abilities, isn't that a way to kind of have different personalities? And I like the cats and plants things, but never tell people at work.
Sure. But that's the benefit of Reddit, is it allows you to do that without it being necessarily weird. Because Twitter, people don't make a lot of Twitter accounts to go do their different, hobbies or things like that. But on Reddit, it's common. You could have an account to follow just your sports teams or something like that. If you wanted just a Reddit account to go and post about your own sports teams, and that's all you post about on one of your accounts, that's completely fine. And then you have one that maybe is politics, or one that maybe is music, or that's a common thing where people aren't judged based on the rest of their attributes. They're you get judged on the content of that exact message or that exact comment or that exact post. And
out of curiosity, though, I just thinking this through, to kind of challenge that paradigm. It is being judged on a part of a person's expression. However, if you took the totality of that person's expression, I would think people generally would have a problem if a person, let's say, a stupid example, but politics is always an interesting topic. If a politician went out there, and then they're talking about how they love families and all this other stuff. And then there's a subreddit where he just really likes looking at cats and plants, and he posts cats and plants all the time. I mean, wouldn't people go like, "Oh my God, what is wrong with this guy? Like, he's such a weirdo? Is he qualified to do something for our country or for our people because he really loves cats and plants?" Weird.
Well, it gives you the freedom to do that if you wanted, but at the same time, why is that the public's business? I guess, like, why up until the internet became mainstream in the 90s, that wasn't something that people were privy to anyway. So why do people think that they deserve that information?
Don't get me wrong about this, because I could be just dumb about this situation, but first of all, the first step of that process is that they would have to be able to link, if that public official, say, was obvious enough to use their name to be easily linked to their public figure.
No. He was saying why shouldn't people be allowed to see what public figures post? Why shouldn't people be allowed to see that a politician likes cats?
To be clear,
to
be clear, my question and thought was, we all have some weird thing,
right,
and we talk about, well, there's no judgment there because it was only a piece of what you're talking of who you are.
Right.
There's still judgment there, but we're presenting instead, like on Reddit, you present a part, just a little sliver of that, and never let anybody else see the other parts of it. It would be like a person who likes both Bears and Packers, and I'm in Illinois, so it's like this like Bears and Packers thing, and I couldn't care less, right? I don't care if like Bears are winning, Packers are winning. I don't know, and I mean, at the end of the day, I probably like the Bears. Why? Because I've always liked the Bears. There's no other reason for it. I have no particular affinity to anybody, but I could have a subreddit and a personality that's just like Bears, 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 go, 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 and I could have a completely different subreddit personality of Packers, 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 Packers. If why couldn't I present that? And I think it just allows people to hide out, and instead of presenting their holistic selves because they're really afraid of that sort of judgment. We are holistic beings, and we have these weird things that sometimes don't make sense to anybody else.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but so basically your viewpoint is, or your question, I guess, is why do we have this thing where it's like we have to compartmentalize these things? That's kind of what you're getting at?
It's a thought.
I don't understand it either, honestly.
I understand the question. I guess my question is why force them to be the same? Because to me, I think the default should be that you're allowed to do whatever you want. And if you want to separate them, that should be the default.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that having because especially there are a lot of famous people that have Reddit accounts and they can post freely and wherever they want, and no one's going to know who they are. So they can make an account named XYZ, and no one's going to have any clue that they're some famous actor, actress, or artist, or anybody. And they can just have conversations with people in that specific community, and that's all they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think having it tied to yourself as a person is necessarily beneficial, but I don't think it's beneficial either way. I just think it's an option for people. And I think that people should have that option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I just think there's an inherent hypocrisy then when, if for instance, it's some sort of famous person, when somebody catches wind that, oh my gosh, that famous person's been hiding out with that personality, that presentation, that facade, that little section of their lives over here, then all of a sudden they weren't judged one day, but now it's like, oh my gosh. Look at that guy.
Why is that anyone's business? Why does anyone care what somebody does if they're just talking about gardening with fellow gardeners?
I don't know. It's above my pay grade.
Right.
Right, but I think that's why Reddit is great, is because it allows people to just talk, because it allows you to talk about specific things if that's all you want to talk about.
Sure. So what are some positive benefits? Let's say you're a musician. What are some positive benefits of Reddit?
I'm not a musician, but
I mean,
I do moderate a few musician subreddits. So
Yeah. So why do you moderate musician subreddits?
they didn't exist, and I really liked the band or the artist, so I created one and just kind of started posting stuff about the band or artist, or if they would come out with new content, and then other people would eventually find it if they found the artist, and then it just becomes a hub to where you can talk about that artist, or share new things that they were posting or that they were doing, or it's
Gotcha.
kind of just it's a forum. It's a forum for whatever content you want it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, anything. So, especially with the way everything has been recently, as far as quarantine, COVID, all that jazz, I mean, you could say, honestly, you could say this about just the internet in general, but any, like, for instance, like you said, musicians, they get together and everybody can share ideas. You can do jams. People, I actually recently have heard a lot of people talk about latency, because they're trying to be able to perform music together through like Zoom type situations. And it seems like jazz is something that's actually pretty good for that, because jazz is very, lax on the beat. So, it turns out that when they actually play together, the latency doesn't matter so much. So I don't know. It's just,
Huh.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
Just being able to share ideas. Like I said, COVID, quarantine, everybody's trying to get out and do more in a safe way.
Yeah.
So
I don't know an answer for music specifically, but I will say with sports, there was a sports subreddit that I got pretty involved with, and I met some people that were local that liked the same team I did, and so we kind of talked a lot, and we ended up joining forces on this. There was a game that the moderators of a certain sports sub were hosting over the summer, and so I had a bunch of them over to my house, and like we had a big party and stuff. So I ended up meeting a lot of people off of that. And there was a lot of people that I had met and I still talk to, to this day. But that was kind of what it was meant for. It was meant for a community of a specific thing. And so if you were a fan of a certain sports team, that could be its own community. If you were the fan of X,
it's a way to find your people off on the interweb. I mean, that's
absolutely that.
On Facebook, you have to click a button to say add a friend, and then they're like, I don't know you. On Reddit, you inherently don't know anybody. You just have common interests.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys want to play a game?
Sure.
Yes, we have paper and pens and things.
Awesome. I'm gonna click a button here.
Okay.
And we're gonna play a game. So here's the game we're gonna play. We're gonna play a game called Boop. Watch him draw it.
Oh God.
I know. And I heard, because we had common interests, that we are all really good drawers. That's what I heard.
Okay. You can choose what to believe, I suppose.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. I'm not sure which better view, this one or this one. I'll go with this one.
So this is meant for one person, another one.
No, we're all gonna draw.
We're good with three. Okay. Sure.
Three of us are going to draw at the same time. Here's how this rolls. I'm going to click a button here, and a word or phrase, rather, is going to come up on the screen. So in this case, draw a frog sitting in a canoe headed for a waterfall. Okay. We are going to have 1 minute. A timer will come up on the screen, and we'll have 1 minute to draw that. And then our viewers or listeners and us, we will gather together to vote on who wins that round. We'll do 3 rounds.
Gotcha. Are we doing this one, or is this just an example?
No, we're not doing this one. This is just an example.
Are we allowed to vote for ourselves?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. If you legitimately think that you did a great job, I think everybody should be able to vote for themselves.
Thank you.
I think it's great. I think once you get past grade school, then you
Right.
if you thought you were the best, you should just say it.
I don't know.
Amen.
Okay. All right. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
I'm so ready.
Okay, here we go. Draw an ice cream sundae topped with carrots, spinach, and stinky socks. Oh no, I drew a cone, not a sundae. Darn it all.
Well, you already lost my vote. I can say that.
Let me redeem it.
seconds.
Oh my god, a minute goes by so fast.
I know, you better hurry it up.
Shoot. Okay.
Oh, this looks like more like a boot than a sock.
Stop.
Oh no, this is terrible.
10 seconds.
I'm glad I'm the best drawer.
Oh god. Spinach.
Oh,
Three,
this is so
This is
disappointing.
ridiculous. I don't. Yeah. There's no way.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You're done.
yeah, put your pens down. This is
Okay, it's done. I'm done. It's done.
Oh no! All right, since I invited you to this game, I'll show my drawing first.
Okay.
I'll
Yes.
That's an ice cream sundae topped with carrots, spinach, and stinky socks. I only got one sock. I got two carrots.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Was it
That was the cone that was crossed out.
was it stinky socks? Because for some reason I heard
What'd you think?
I don't know, stinky rocks. We'll get there.
Oh my god.
You thought it was stinky rocks?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like what you have in your feet.
Right, I
Stinky
understand.
socks. Socks with an S. All right, show us your drawing here.
This was fun.
An ice
This
cream
was
sundae
very-
topped with carrots.
I got very like I was trying to be. Hold on.
All right. Oh,
There were things that were happening, but I wanted to like obscure what I was not
Honestly,
able to draw.
I'm gonna say that 10 out of 10 on that carrot, honestly.
There was one carrot that was very
That carrot's great.
yeah. The rest was mostly just I know I have like 20 seconds left.
Well,
Not
if anyone wants to see my
okay,
tab-
Cody. What'd you get? Let's take a look.
Uh,
Oh, legit. That's a good bowl of ice cream.
I tried my best, but you know, those little wands, those are supposed to be my stinky
Where are the
rocks
socks?
because I'm
Okay.
dumb.
All right.
And my one leaf of spinach that I added right at the end.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay.
Exactly.
Sure.
Well, I think for the ice cream sundae, Cody, I think you won the sundae look. That was a decorative bowl for sure.
Thank
You
you.
lose on rocks because it clearly said socks.
Okay.
So
sure.
you're eliminated from that round.
No.
I only drew one sock, so I'm eliminated too. Cole, so I think Cole takes that round.
All right, cool.
I thank you.
That's just
I-
me. It's just me. We all get a vote, so you're welcome to vote.
my whole thing is
Well, then I'll vote for myself. Let's go. I win.
I vote for you too because
No, I don't. Don't vote for me.
I don't know though, that carrot, I think that was
I focused on the carrot.
that was
I
the
did.
realest carrot I've seen in
I
right.
did. focus.
millennia. if
That's
you
pretty
will.
good. All right, you ready for round two?
Oh my god.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, here we go. And drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Drum roll.
Draw a candy bar that makes you super silly. Draw a candy bar that makes you super
Hold on,
silly.
he lost his
I got it,
pen.
I found it.
Okay, you found it. All right.
A candy bar that makes you super silly.
Wait, did you say Willie? No, I'm just kidding.
No, silly.
Stinky rocks again.
30 seconds.
Oh my god, every time. Time makes fools of us all, I suppose.
The candy bar that makes you super silly. Bump, ba-da-bump, bump, bump. How do you express silliness on paper? I don't know.
That's
10
the
seconds.
age-old question.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's
3,
not.
2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Jesus.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. All right.
I hate to disappoint.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, I think you guys are up. I went first last time.
Okay, I'll go this time.
All right.
Well, here we go. We've got a rectangle with a wrapper that's ripped off because it's the candy bar. It's silly because it's got. Oh, how do I work? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, those popper things, a balloon, perhaps confetti / glitter, and a star. I don't know. That
Are you
seems
trying
silly.
to? Are you trying to? Sir, are you allowed to explain your drawing and trying to convince people that this is
I think so.
okay.
That looks like that looks like party bar. That I think I'll call it party bar.
I would. That
Shot,
sounds like
shot.
the best name.
All right, so draw a candy bar that makes you super silly. What you get, Cole?
All right, here's mine. It is a bar getting broken in half with a little heart that says "ha ha."
Okay. All right. You know what? I have great appreciation for that. I love this. I love the idea that you would somehow break the bar and out would pop the silliness.
Well, the
like
silliness has to come from internal, I think.
Right. It's like a play on Pop Rocks where you put them in there and they go pop, 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 pop. Like, all right. Okay, you ready for this?
Okay.
I'm so ready.
This is the best I could do in 1 minute. And boom.
I got you.
All right,
Silly
you
bar.
win. I'll vote for you. You win.
So you'll notice that he's doing like a shimmy shake. Those are the action lines
you
in
win.
traditional comic art.
Yep.
I'm mostly impressed that he can fit a candy bar that is also the size of his body into his mouth.
This is not to scale.
Come on.
I think you win this one.
I would vote for
Okay.
you.
Oh,
For sure.
nice. Thanks. All right. Well, we'll see who wins this next round.
All right.
Okay. Get your pens and paper ready.
Yes, sir.
Ready.
All right. Here we go. And draw a tree made of burritos, tacos, hot dogs, hamburgers, and a pizza.
Okay. I immediately forgot.
Don't
how-
cheat. Don't cheat, Cody. You can't cheat on this.
I forgot.
do it.
I forgot what burritos look like. No.
Oh, this is creative. Yeah. This is weird.
We're all doing the same like creative thing, but we're all gonna do the same creative thing.
30 seconds.
Oh my god. I don't have enough time for this.
Soft taco or hard shell? I don't know.
It's gotta be hard shell.
Otherwise, it'd be a burrito.
You say so. Oh
10
boy.
seconds.
Oh, this is getting intricate. This is a
Your
lot.
voice- Your
lot to do.
voice is like very like aggressive.
Hamburgers. Oh, hamburger.
Okay. Wow. This is hot.
Did we? Oh my god! I was gonna say. I thought we
This
all
is-
had the. I thought we all had the same idea,
This
and
is
we
hot-
did not. We did
hot
not.
trash.
We did not have the same idea. Okay.
All right.
I thought maybe we all did, but
A tree made of burritos, tacos, hot dogs, hamburgers, and pizza.
I don't think you've done scripts
okay,
yet,
I will-
so-
I
You
will
gotta
go
go
first.
first. All right.
I went with the very obvious making a tree out of the words
Oh, come on.
burritos
Out of the box.
and tacos and hot
Wow.
dogs and hamburgers.
Out of the box.
Wow.
I thought when you were like, "That's easy." I thought that's what you were going to be doing.
Disqualified.
Wow.
Is
That's
this
like
wrong?
second level.
This is
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is like meta. I think.
Yes, that is. It's meta.
Yeah,
That's like the
totally.
deconstructed. It's like when you go to a nice restaurant, they're like, "This is a deconstructed."
Draw that in a minute. I can write a lot of words in a minute.
I actually went ahead and just took all the letters that make up those words and just like put them in a
Right.
spaghetti.
Well, if
that
you
looked like a
did that,
tree.
although have you seen the have you seen the circle in Oklahoma City that has the OKC?
No.
Okay.
Imagine a ring that has a whole bunch of OKCs splattered all around it.
Okay.
We'll find a picture of that.
Imagine what it could possibly spell.
Oh, actually, I have seen that.
That's a real thing downtown, and it's known colloquially as something that I apparently shouldn't probably say, but it's a real thing in Oklahoma City. If you look it up, it's called the OKC ring.
I can imagine. I think. Yes, I think we know where you're headed with that.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't really do that though. That was just me being an asshole.
Okay.
Right.
So Cole, I think you're up on this. What draw a tree made of burritos, tacos, hot dogs, hamburgers, and pizza.
Cody's up.
Okay.
You're right, Code.
I made a trunk. I made a trunk out of a burrito. They were gonna have hot dog limbs. Shut up. It's got a pizza, a taco that's steaming for some reason, and a hamburger. That's what I got.
There was no pizza, was there?
Yeah, there's pizza.
Wait, pizza was in that?
I
Where?
remember.
Where's the pizza?
I don't think pizza was in
Oh,
that.
the pizza.
Yeah, where's the pizza on your?
This is a pizza.
Oh,
It might look like a pie chart, but what pizza doesn't? Honestly.
There was a tiny pizza on there. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. All right, so here's
Okay.
here's mine. Ready?
Yes.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious. All right. So it's actually a pizza tree held to the ground by cheese.
Oh my gosh.
That grows.
You were like
Yeah.
all combined.
Yeah. Well, this is a hamburger.
I see. Okay.
This is a hot dog. That's a hard shell taco.
Okay.
And that's a burrito, which is there's just the little sauce is just kind of dribbling out because it's clearly on its
You
edge.
know, I think I'm gonna have to disqualify you because your burrito looks like a tamale. But otherwise, great job.
I think what the hell?
I don't know. It looks like it's wrapped in a corn husk, like a tamale, right?
How?
It did.
What are you talking about?
It looked a little tamale-ish.
Like the lines. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being. I was being a little sassy, but
all right. Hold on, though. We're gonna figure this out.
Okay.
Because all right. So let's talk. Real talk here.
Okay. Real talk.
Oh, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So tamales and burritos. You'll notice that this is a tamale infused burrito.
Okay. That does not.
That's not a real thing.
That does not help our case.
That's not a real thing.
We need a naked tamale.
You can't say your burrito was a tamale.
Yeah.
burrito.
Okay.
Tamale.
You see the grain. You see the graining going on.
Yeah.
You know what I would have done? I would have drawn like 5 burritos and be like, well, that's a pizza burrito. That's a taco burrito. That's a burrito.
Oh my.
Or here's a tamale enchilada burrito dinner. They all end up looking about the same.
Do you know who got like
That's true.
who's the politician they like criticized because he ate the tamale with the husk on it?
I don't know.
Do you remember that was a big deal in Texas? He lost Texas because of that. Yes, he
lost Texas because of that?
Yes, it was an actual big scandal in Texas. He got served a tamale and he literally just ate it. Like
when I think of Texas and people that probably
this was
well
was ages ago. This was like back when like people had like spines.
I don't think of Ted Cruz.
Well, it was not Ted Cruz. This was like in the 80s, like 80s, 70s, 60s era.
I tell you what, anybody who could actually eat the tamale wrapper, the corn husk, I mean, kudos to them.
Well, he did. He
Right.
just took a bite out of it and realized he was not doing it right. And then everyone in Texas was like, wow, this guy's clearly not one of us, you know? It was a big scandal. Like,
Oh
it
my
was
God,
a
that'd be
huge scandal
especially
back
now.
in the day.
Because tamales are inherently Texan.
It was, but this, okay, I'm not lying. This was a
Thank you.
big scandal for some.
Every
it was
Texan
for
should know how to eat a
politicians back in
tamale
the
because that's
70s.
the
It was a
birthplace
big
of
deal.
tamales.
You know, every Texas, how many stars do we have in our flag? 1. And what
You're not
is a tamale
You're
feel
not
like?
Texan.
I was
Don't
born in Amarillo. I was born in Yellow, Texas, if you will.
I was born in Utah. That doesn't mean anything.
It's important not to translate city names.
Sometimes. No, I'm just-
Well, gentlemen, we are at our time for Coffee with Humans. So we've discussed Reddit, and I think we've enlightened some folks about what Reddit is. It's Reddit for those who don't know it.
See,
And if you're looking for just connect with people around common themes, it's a place to head, right?
Yeah.
yes, I wasn't trying to like sell it the way it maybe sounded.
Are you being paid right now? Are you
Right.
being
Well,
paid by
no,
Reddit?
I joined it like 10 years ago, and I
It's
think
good. I mean, I think some people. So, like you talked about, I asked, how would it be valuable for musicians? Build a community for if you're a musician, build a community around people who might like your stuff. If you're a business, build a community around people who might want to communicate with you.
Yeah, I mean,
or if you're an entrepreneur, find people with like interest and talk to them.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's kind of like law of attraction, you know.
Yeah.
Sure, it is what you make of it. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely. Like most things. Well, any wise words you want to leave our viewers and listeners with?
Don't sign up for something unless you're
Fully prepared.
fully prepared, I guess. Yeah.
All right. On that note, viewers and listeners, this has been Coffee with Humans with my new friends Cole and Cody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
One of the things I love about Coffee with Humans are the raw conversations I get to have, meeting new people just like you. If you or someone you know should be on Coffee with Humans, go to coffeewithhumans.com. Remember, the only rule is no sales calls.
This has been Coffee with Humans. Subscribe to get updates or click to have coffee with me. coffeewithhumans.com.